Virgo, love and light to you. Welcome to your March 2020 reading. We're here with your daily predictions video. This is actually going to be assessing how the energies move through the entirety of the month of March 2020 for you again, dear Virgo. And we'll see how it moves through each sort of week. And we'll actually be pulling single cards for each of the days to see what might be a sort of theme at play there. And then we'll jump into a pick a card stack reading as well. And to kind of see what further details might come through. Now, Otter Stones here on the floor. Right, pick her up. Star here upright. All right, now right off the bat, I'm hearing this, and this is a channeled message as well. So it is technically, seeing 36 seconds on the clock there. Technically, Virgo, it is, right, I'm working with the tarot cards, and I'm, kind of like pulling these, but I'm also channeling kind of what comes through and what I feel, perhaps even hear at times. So yeah, definitely what I hear. So Virgo, if this is the first time you're tuning in, just note that. And let's jump into it. Now you have the star that sits at the face of your spread with the Daughter of Swords accompanying the star. For a number of you, it's interesting because I was just meditating your energy. I was getting like right off the bat that for a number of you, well, right off the bat, I'm hearing there is something religious here of a focus, but before we get into that, there's somebody else who perhaps wants to like connect with you or communicate with you about something, and it's actually pretty important as they might feel it, and or you feel like it's kind of something that you feel you need to take quite seriously. I'm hearing sacrilegious, like, so maybe it's something for a number of you that you want to like present in a careful way as well. Maybe for a number of you, there's someone or some community that you feel you are also representing. Now, you have the Three of Cups coming through in the beginning of the month of March. Three of Cups here around the 1st approximately or so of March, and then we lead into the Six of Pentacles. Wow, we got 3-6 here again, and then we lead into the Empress. Wow, on the 3rd, you got a lot of threes. Three of Cups through the 3rd card of the Major Arcana of the Empress, and it's sandwiching the 6 of Pentacles, multiples of 3. So this came through actually, I believe it was in the Scorpio reading. We move into the 4th with the Tower. We move into the 5th with the Ace of Cups, mirroring the Empress. Okay, so some of you are actually like, you're kind of like mentoring someone around this time. I'm hearing that specifically. Maybe you're even like role modeling here in some way. I'm hearing you're a role model. I'm hearing for like a young teen. I'm hearing a teenage teen. I'm hearing specifically. I don't know what that's alluding to, but maybe you feel like I need to talk to them. I'm hearing that specifically Empress and the Ace of Cups. For a number of you, feel perhaps guided to like open up some sort of conversation even with someone, or like to really like open the door to have a really vulnerable conversation here. And I'm hearing Tiger with the Empress. I'm hearing Lapis Lazuli, Tiger's Eye. Maybe you're like working with crystal as well. 3 Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Empress, Tower, Ace of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, excuse me, Virgo, move into the 6 with the Father of Wands upright. And the 7th with the Strength card. Wow, so you're really actually, somebody's like playing some sort of role. Like, I don't know if maybe they were even like taking the position of somebody, like in terms of even public presentation or talking. Maybe someone's giving a speech and they're like really setting the stage here perhaps in some way as they feel it. They're like, well, the story is gonna be like written in another way. I'm hearing that as well. The Father Wands and the Strength card. Now, so you're maybe even like providing some sort of like support here for some kind of really like public statement that somebody's taken on. Moving into the 8th of the month of March, the Sun coming through. Wow. Okay, and you lead out of the Sun into the Sun of Wands. Wow, a lot of fire energy leading into the 2 Wands. Whew, Virgo, like second week of March, freaking on fire. Sun of Swords leading out of the 2 Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 2 of Cups on the, say the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. There's something you're like really excited about, but you're like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't get so excited about this, maybe, for a number of you. That's the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, 11th, 12th. 12th again, 2 of Cups. 13th is the 5 of Cups. 14th is the 7 of Wands. So somebody is actually remembering something. It's the Vigil. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, related to the Strength card, Father of Wands. Maybe there's some sort of like representation of a certain space, and somebody is like in a space of remembrance. There is something that they've been like really looking at. Okay, now let's move into the 15th, the Death card here coming through. There is a focus of also like sort of like disconnection. I'm not sure, maybe somebody feels like they need to kind of like take out time here to kind of even again like kind of reconnect with some kind of even spiritual space. You lead into the 16th with the 9 of Wands. Into the 17th, we have the Lovers. I'm hearing this is a big convention. I'm hearing it's a big, also like community outreach program here. It's something that requires a presentation with the Lovers. I'm not sure what that's about. Lovers, mirror, the Death card. 15th, 16th, 17th. 18th is the Five of Pentacles. 19th is Ten of Wands. 20th is the Ten of Cups. And the 21st is the Father Cup. So for a number of you, there's something that you're even like remodeling. I'm hearing, and it requires you to have like real thick skin. I don't know if maybe it's a sentimental space and you're like, oh my goodness, I have to go through like all of these like jump ropes, these hoops, like everything like that reminds me also of us like together. I'm hearing that like somebody maybe is again like commemorating some space. I'm hearing it has to do with your dad. I'm hearing real. I don't know what that's only to. Death card here, Nine of Wands, Lovers. Death card, Nine of Wands, Lovers. Five of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Cups, leading out with the Father Cup. So in the third week, there's something maybe even that you feel like you really like. I'm hearing you're getting like also, I don't want to say that you are appreciating whatever the space is in a new light, but you're kind of acknowledging it in a space that feels somehow like that there's maybe, I don't want to, well, okay, that it somehow feels like it kind of like is coming to a point of kind of like resembling something else. So to say it in the way, maybe for a number of you, like you start to see this sort of spiritual space to like an otherwise very like actually shocking moment where you're like, whoa, that really like really didn't make sense. And then it starts to kind of disintegrate, and then you're like, is it disappearing? Oh my gosh. And then it kind of like does something different. I'm hearing with its own ashes. I'm hearing that like it kind of designs. I'm hearing a new parallel. I'm hearing pathway, doorway. So it's like, it's just, you know, for a number of you, maybe it's a matter of perspective and perception. And we move into the fourth week with the Four of Swords. Okay, and this Hangman coming through right over the Four of Swords. There's something that you realize, like, it's seriously time to release. I'm not sure. The Hangman, the Four of Swords, and the Death card. There's something for a number of you that maybe you feel, it's about, like, the vision. I'm hearing specifically with the Hangman, like, someone is reviewing memories, and maybe they feel like it's not really replacing anything, and it's also not really, like, revealing anything new about the situation. So maybe I don't really want to have to also like have that on my playlist all the time. So maybe someone is like, they're playing music, but it's like reminding them of like some kind of like, even like symbolically some like cycle. Anyhow, you have the Hierophant coming through around the 22nd, 23rd, 24th Hierophant. Okay, at the base of the Lovers. I'm hearing communion, commission letter. The Mother of Swords leading you out around the 25th. 26th is the Fool. 27th is the Father of Pentacles. I'm hearing they're a little late. I don't know what that's leading to. I'm hearing late 30s, 40s. I'm hearing 80s as well. I'm hearing tap out with the Father of Pentacles. I don't know what that's alluding to, but we have here 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th is the Ace of Pentacles. 29th is the Four of Cups. 30th is the Ten of Pentacles. 31st is the World, Virgo. The Magician sits in the theme. Now, I have to bring this forward as a focus. For a number of you, there's something maybe you're commemorating. Again, I'm hearing it's about the visual, the Strength card, Father Wands, around maybe the tail end of the first week of March. The Ace of Pentacles is mirroring the Ten of Pentacles. For a number of you, it's something that you've realized. It's something that's actually culminated, and it's kind of like a classroom. I'm hearing that maybe you feel like it's time. I'm hearing they've graduated. Mother of Swords sitting at the base of the last week with the Hierophant and the Hangman. For a number of you, it's like, well, I realize the commitment is entirely perceptive and ideological. How do I interpret? I'm hearing the chance and the opportunity for life to go on. I'm hearing the cycle to go on. For a number of you, it is actually something that you're interpreting in a new way, maybe, and you feel like it's a matter of, well, rather, it's the decision to do so, right? It's the point of, and I'm not saying that, right? Always, it will always be up to one's personality, the persona, the perception of the space. It's always, right, perspective, and that's always personal. So whenever someone feels, let's say, that something has kind of like found its space, you know, then how's it that we kind of let that space live on and through? So we have the Mother of Swords here again with the Hierophant. So someone is maybe they're getting ready to also I'm hearing release something, and it's like, well, I have this bird and I realize that it just needs to fly, so let it do what it also loves, the Fool here with the Mother of Swords. So somebody may be actually like they may actually be bearing, well, it could be metaphorical. The Ace of Pentacles mirroring the Fool, mirroring the Ten of Pentacles, you laid out again with the World. There's something very much as well of a serious connection that perhaps you feel you hold with also planet Earth that at this time is transforming. And so for a number of you, it's something even legal. There is something maybe legal that is related. It could be some even like official document or piece of writing. Let's jump into that is to accompany also. I'm hearing this plan of action. I'm hearing this change, shift, and transformation. So let's move into which transformation was taken, as you will. Feel a little bit of pressure in the heart chakra. So there is perhaps a focus on clearing the space of the physical vessel that we called home on this plane. Let's jump into the 3 stacks for you, dear Virgo, and see what further clues may come through. I'm hearing shine a light on me. Okay, so first stack, second stack, third stack. Now, I'm hearing I'm letting them go. I'm letting them know as well. I'm hearing that. Now, whatever that may mean for a number of you, if you do feel guided, Virgo, there could be focus on a number of stacks. Let's jump into the first. Son of Cups here, the first card. This is remembrance. I'm hearing that. The Hermit mirroring the Son of Cups, like something is being remembered, recalled, reviewed. We have as well the 3 of Pentacles and the Hermit. It's a little bit sensitive. I'm hearing it's a sensitive subject. It's a little bit touchy. There are a lot of spaces in between the lines that we felt we weren't able really to like learn about. Maybe someone felt like some space like also went missing like real soon, and they felt like they couldn't really have the chance to get to know them as well as they would have liked. Now the Chariot here coming through as well. This may have to do with cycles, family, the past, children, childhood. Something is being like even commemorated. I'm hearing remembered here with the Chariot, and there was perhaps even a certain transformation or a change that was rather like startling. I'm hearing that way, but relatively, right? So there is a focus on perspective and perception. Something maybe even as someone may have felt it was somewhat uprooted, like, and they didn't know how perhaps to kind of like identify that space. I'm hearing as other than a rude awakening. I don't know what that's alluding to, but anyhow, it's like I'm seeing someone like woken up in the middle of the night, like with a flashlight, like shining their eye. They're like, what the fuck? This is like so unprofessional. I'm hearing as well, like maybe they felt like confused. Okay, like for a number of you, it was like it just felt really, really, really hard. I'm hearing like it was like really hard to heal from that space. 4 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 Swords in reverse, and the Daughter Wands upright. Now we lead into the second stack here, Virgo. We have the Temperance card upright, and we have here the Justice card and the Knight of Cups. So there is a very strong focus on some space of healing. I'm hearing that. Like maybe for a number of you feel like there is some kind of space that you can connect to around this time, and it actually it kind of reconnects you with whatever it is that this space kind of has brought up, perhaps even in the past, but in a way that doesn't just kind of like remind you of it, but kind of like reconnects you. Again, I'm hearing with the aspect of it that reminds you also of you. Wow, at the end of the day. So it's like empowering. Like it's not like, you know, let's say, oh, I feel like I'm a victim of this tragedy, but rather how is it that I can also see through the space more also spiritually, even symbolically, to kind of see that, you know, it's not just this thing that takes action upon me, but or towards me, but rather how it is, and not judging whatever this may be for a number, not at all, but to say that, and not to say that anything was, let's say, justified or not, but or any reaction is right or wrong, okay, but to say it in the way of, well, how is it that I see myself as remaining, right? So it's like, even if, let's say, a certain space does dissolve or it does break down, maybe someone kind of went on like also a hiatus here, I'm hearing that, like, doesn't mean that it also replaces me in the space. So for a number of you, it's like, how do I still identify with the space, feel connected with it, without needing to like create it also, or recreate it as any one thing? Okay, so for for a number of you, got the Eight of Pentacles and the Daughter of Pentacles. You got the Five of Wands, the Two of Swords. It's actually an environment that stimulates and evokes for the processing of even what is like, kind of like in the subconscious. For a number of you, maybe like going through some program, even training, and it's like it requires of you to like kind of relive certain memories, and in a certain way, it's like a purging. I'm hearing that. The Emperor and the Two of Swords, but not in a way of like, that's trash, let's dump it, but like in a way that's sentimental, but not sorry, if we can kind of say it like that. Like, this is something that I felt I was supposed to go through. I'm hearing that specifically with the Emperor, Two of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. And at the end of the day, what is it that I actually release of it? And but in a way that allows it to also live on in its own way. So maybe I had an expectation, and maybe it didn't go the way that I thought. And so how's that I allow for that outcome to kind of live itself through as well in the way that it needs to. So for a number of you, it's like, is it bittersweet? Do we let the bird fly and find its flock and take its own, I'm hearing take its life. Like, I don't know what that's alluding to, the Emperor, the Seven of Swords, and Two of Swords, but it's like, let it kind of like live its life the way that it feels also that it ought to. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but maybe someone feels like it's something that I also cannot like, I cannot caption for it. Like, maybe for a number of you, there was something that you actually like, you wanted to see like kind of develop, and then it maybe like it kind of felt flat, and then you're like, well, I don't really like feel dead. I'm hearing that as well. Like, I don't know what that's alluding to, but for a number of you, you're like, I shouldn't feel like my whole world is over because of the process of also regeneration of a certain part of it. So for a number of you, you're looking at perhaps the cycle of healing and the cycle of even life and death as one of continual evolution, rebirth. So where is it that I feel I try to stop that process, even ideologically, and no judgment at all? For a number of you, you're definitely moving through a healing space. Got the High Priestess of Bright, Angels are bright, Temperance of bright, Daughter of Pentacles reverse, Eight of Pentacles are bright. So for a number of you, you're commemorating something, you're working with spirit guides through this process. There's a lot of prayer, I'm hearing, as well involved. All right, Virgo, and let's get into the third stack. We got the Nine of Wands upright. I'm hearing 30 years old, plus or minus. I'm hearing 2 years. Six of Pentacles upright. The Empress upright. The Magician reverse. Now, something was like, okay, Three of Wands and the Daughter of Cups. Something was replaced. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, or maybe like, kind of like, it was stunted. I'm not sure, like maybe someone, like, again, I'm hearing like they were replaced like from a very young age. This might be something coming through from the sort of like the early school years. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe someone was like pulled out of a program like really soon, really early, and then they realized like that had some sort of degenerative effect when it came, as it was perceived, maybe when it came to their connection with the community, the concept of community. So I don't know what that's about, but anyhow, it's something perhaps even on, it like plays out on a certain subconscious level, the Hangman, it may be coming through as a conscious also lesson now at this point, where someone is like, whoa, I realize like what that like loss actually left me with. Also the need to address in a certain way. I'm hearing the task to also I'm hearing reconnect with, I'm hearing to resolve. Interesting. The remembrance of, I'm hearing Father of Wands again coming through here with the Star and the Daughter. So I'm hearing they were famous. They had a place in this world. I'm hearing that specifically, that was not only though to be in that way famous, it was not only also like, like their image. I'm hearing publicly or physically, or related to like their so-called power or strength, be it in a certain industry or however else, like even in someone's eyes. At the end of the day, it wasn't the population around them that made them, you know, so-called powerful. It was their performance. I'm hearing, no matter where it is that they were, no matter at what time it was. So some kind of like even personal characteristic or quirk that someone felt was actually like a matter of leadership and truly of also love that emanated. I'm seeing like love for an industry, love for a space, love for a community, love for a project, love for self ultimately as well. And be that the space, you know, some space of empowerment that someone feels like, I'm hearing it was an angel. It was like an angel. I'm hearing it was like something, you know, that, you know, we imagined. I'm hearing also as children to be like, you know, the everything. I'm hearing future. And so for a number of you, there was something maybe even like that kind of fell. I'm hearing it fell from life itself. I don't know what that's alluding to. And now into your lap as a lesson that you're kind of like wondering, you know, what is it that I take away? It's kind of like Virgo. It's a little emotional, okay? But I'm seeing for a number of you that it's like somebody who feels, you know, they're in this class and it, or they're watching even this movie and you're kind of left speechless at the end of it, and the class ends. I'm hearing the lights go down, and at the end they realize that it's their talk with themselves, right? Like every movie has a certain script, but how we manage, right, our personal connection with it is all our own. How is it that we find that space of interpreting our personality through the lens of also these people that we meet in this play of life that we make peace with, right, on a personal level? Not like, you know, oh, you know, maybe this person thought that this person was great and that's wonderful and let's commemorate that, but like, what's my simple, I'm hearing space that I hold with it on a sacred level that's sacred for me, that is not really actually something that is a headline story. So, you know, it's sort of interesting because what I'm seeing is that there is this sort of space of healing that takes place on a really on a level where, you know, the value that's held of a space that we questioned at the time, like, wow, did I lose this? Did I lose this? At a certain point in time, it's like, well, what was this for me? And depending on what that is, could I actually lose it? So for a number of you, there is something that you feel it's like related to something that you're actually like you hold within you, and you realize that love and light to you, and it can be a memory, love and light to you. Dear Virgo, and I'm hearing pride as well here. I'm hearing I always keep. I'm hearing I'm hearing their decisions. I'm hearing in my heart, I'm hearing their direction. I'm hearing as well though their lead. I'm hearing as light in my eyes. Wow. So for a number of you, you actually like really like there was a space that was, you know, you really felt very connected to or very empowered, and it's like even if that space somehow dissolves, right? Does it necessarily like, you know, throw me out of also the matrix of what it meant for me, right? So maybe for a number of you, it's something that actually you feel like naturally is cyclically to evolve, and it's kind of like this feeling of graduation, you know, just because we're leaving our teachers and our tests and everything that we've taken, you know, with us through this journey, doesn't mean that we're now bearing them and repressing them, you know. Does it now mean that the teacher is no longer the teacher and that, you know, the lessons no longer hold and, you know, importance and all these things? It's like, at the end of the day, what is it that we tell ourselves, right? That, you know, meaning I'm hearing can be carried out through the lens of. So for a number of you, it's something very personal to Virgo as it relates to what is created around the space of the concept even of gratitude and love and light to you, and to always take these rules no matter personal interpretation perspective. Enjoy this period, Virgo, and I'll see you soon. Bye.